Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
In Mozambique, Africa, Christians were intentionally singled out and their throats were cut. Speaking to the Catholic Charity Aid to the Church in Need, ACN, Bishop Alberto Vieira Arigula of Nacala revealed the details of the attack, which took place one day after the murder of an Italian nun in Chipinge, Mozambique, on the 6th September. Bishop Vieira said, "This was told to us by one of the brothers of one of the victims." He said the terrorists were dressed in military uniform, they gathered the population, and they said it was because they were here to save them. When they were all gathered, they started asking who is Muslim and who is Christian. Those who identified as Christian, they started tying their hands behind their back and they cut their throats. One Christian managed to flee and he is the one who told the story. This is what happened on the night of 6th September, and the following day, 11 people were murdered in total, and they left a trail of destruction and a lot of fear. On 6th September, terrorists attacked a Catholic mission in Chipinge and shot dead Sister Maria de Copi, as well as burning down the mission church, health center, and more. The bishop said, "I knew her and she was the image of a mother. She was really helping everyone with simple love and humility. And we will open a process to establish whether she was martyred." He added, Sister Maria de Copi was a nurse who would help malnourished children in a little room where there was milk and flour, and they destroyed that room as well. The sister they murdered worked with malnourished babies and children. They are telling us very clearly they don't want us there. For now we won't return there, but we will work with the mission in another way. In Rome, an American tourist threw ancient busts to the ground in the Vatican museums. Apparently, he was enraged because he wanted to see the Pope and was told he could not. He threw two antique busts from the Chiaramani Gallery on the ground, damaging them. It happened in Rome around noon. The man, age 65, was immediately stopped, calmed down and handed over to the gendarmerie. The man, a 65-year-old, American tourist of Egyptian origins, wanted to see the Pope, and when he was told that it was not possible, he threw himself on a first bust, then threw it to the ground, damaging it. Then the second bust fell as he ran. The busts are 2,000 years old from Rome. These are minor works, two small busts, and now the experts are weighing the damage and proceeding to recover the fragments for immediate restoration. He was detained and charged. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA police are investigating an attack at a Catholic cathedral. A man with sword attacked an employee of the Holy Family School and lit an object on fire, throwing it at the cathedral. According to police, the stabbing occurred around 4 p.m. on October 5th. The school employee had severe, but non-life-threatening blade injuries to their hands. The employee tried to confront the man when he was injured. The suspect was also carrying a Molotov cocktail which he threw against the cathedral, causing damage as he fled. At the time, students were on the front steps of the cathedral taking school pictures. The rector of the cathedral, Very Reverend Gary Castell, wrote, "We express our gratitude and appreciation for the faculty and staff who reacted quickly and immediately moved the students inside the school. The whole school was immediately placed on lockdown and remained so until cleared by local law enforcement." Pope Francis sent condolences to victims of an attack on a daycare center in Thailand. He expressed his spiritual closeness to those affected by the unspeakable violence. In the attack, 38 people died, including 23 children, ages 2 to 4. The violent attack took place at a daycare center for children in the northeast of Bangkok, Thailand. Police identified the attacker as an ex-policeman who burst into the daycare, killing mostly children. It is one of the worst child death tolls in a massacre by a single killer in recent history. Pope Francis sent a telegram, signed by Cardinal Secretary of State Pietro Parolin, expressing his deep sadness and offering his heartfelt condolences to those affected by the attack. The attacker, Panya Kamrup, age 34, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound following the attack, police said. Kamrup's wife and 2-year-old son were among the victims. Breaking news, Pope Francis made an appeal to Presidents Putin of Russia and Zelensky of Ukraine for immediate ceasefire and peace discussions. He said, "Dear brothers and sisters, the course of the war in Ukraine has become so serious, devastating and threatening, as to cause great concern. Therefore, today I would like to devote the entire reflection before the Angelus to this. Indeed, this terrible and inconceivable wound to humanity, instead of healing, continues to shed even more blood, risking to spread further. I am saddened by the rivers of blood and tears spilled in these months. I am saddened by the thousands of victims, especially children, and the destruction which has left many people and families homeless and threatened vast territories with cold and hunger. Certain actions can never be justified, never. And what about the fact that humanity is once again faced with the atomic threat? It is absurd. What is to happen next? How much blood must still flow for us to realize that war is never a solution, only destruction? In the name of God and in the name of the sense of humanity that dwells in every heart, I renew my call for an immediate ceasefire. Let there be a halt to arms, and let us seek the conditions for negotiations that will lead to solutions that are not imposed by force, but consensual, just and stable. And they will be so if they are based on respect for the sacrosanct value of human life, as well as the sovereignty and territorial integrity of each country, and the rights of minorities and legitimate concerns. I deeply deplore the grave situation that has arisen in recent days, with further actions contrary to the principles of international law. It increases the risk of nuclear escalation, giving rise to fears of uncontrollable and catastrophic consequences worldwide. My appeal is addressed first and foremost to the President of the Russian Federation, imploring him to stop this spiral of violence and death, also for the sake of his own people. On the other hand, saddened by the immense suffering of the Ukrainian people as a result of the aggression they have suffered, I address an equally confident appeal to the President of Ukraine to be open to serious proposals for peace. I urge all the protagonists of international life and the political leaders of nations to do everything possible to bring an end to the war, without allowing themselves to be drawn into dangerous escalations, and to promote and support initiatives for dialogue. Please let the younger generations breathe the salutary air of peace, not the polluted air of war, which is madness. After 7 months of hostilities, let us use all diplomatic means, even those that may not have been used so far, to bring an end to this terrible tragedy. War in itself is an error and a horror. Let us trust in the mercy of God, who can change hearts, and in the maternal intercession of the Queen of Peace, as we raise our supplication to Our Lady of the Rosary of Pompeii, spiritually united with the faithful gathered at her shrine and in so many parts of the world.
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.